Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk Stroke. I'm so glad that you're here and appreciate you guys tuning in. Um, I am your host, Jerry Wald, and stroke survivor, and I'm very thrilled that you are here with me. Whether you are a survivor, a caregiver, a therapist, or someone just wanting to understand more, thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm going to be diving into a topic that many of us stroke survivors um, face daily but don't always get to talk about openly. Stroke tone, spasticity, and clonus. Yeah, the tightness, the twitching, the frustrating stiffness that can make walking, even eating, or even just trying to relax a challenge. Um, so, again, thank you for being here and good morning. Nice to see you guys here. Thank you. Um, so, please subscribe, as I always say, to Let's Talk Stroke on YouTube. Um, and you guys really chime in on this because this is something that a lot of us. I really don't talk a whole bunch about it, just because maybe we really don't understand. But what is muscle tone? You know that's a big deal. I mean, I think of myself and anybody else going through it. So first, muscle tone. Now I'm not talking about my okay. Used to have, they're in there, six pack abs. I mean, natural tension in our muscles that help us even sit up, walk, or even move smoothly. Seriously, after a brain injury or a stroke, since I had a stroke, our brain signals. Let me move this here. Our brain signals. Um, what is it? Gosh, I forgot what. Okay, when you have a stroke, that's one. So after our stroke, brain signals to the muscles can get totally scrambled. Some of us experience. Let's see if I can say this word. There's two of them. It's called hypotonia, uh, muscles that are floppy or weak, um, or others get the opposite, hypertonia. I know I'm totally butchering that, but that's where the muscles stay tight, even when we're just doing nothing or just trying not to move them. Ever feel like your arm just won't relax? I mean, that's what when your arms get stiff like that. It feels like a board. That's hypertonia in action. On mine, I don't know if you guys have that. Like on my right side, which is affected, I have to, I really kind of massage the arm just because it's so stiff. It just gets very stiff, and that's muscle tone. So if you guys go through that, let me know. See if you guys go through that. And Lynn, good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Lindora. Musong, good morning. Drummett, love it. So that's tone, and tone is something that um, I mean, who doesn't go through that? I'd be love to know if you go through that. And again, spasticity. You know, what's spasticity? Does anybody know exactly what spasticity is? Which is that's something I go through too. It takes like spasticity is it takes that tightness to the next level. That's a tough one. It's when your muscles uh, um, don't contract or they involuntarily contract um, and don't want to let go. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, I go through that too, and I'm sure you guys go through that as well. It can make simple things like open your hand or bending a knee really tough. Sometimes it feels like your muscles are fighting you, and I'll tell you what. Some of the things that we can do to help. Some people feel pain from spasticity. So if I say it slowly, I probably can say it right. Spasticity. Others feel trapped by it. Triggers that triggers can be like stress, fatigue, even temperature changes, and that I'm raising my hand because that's me too. The temperature changes, like well, only two, hot or cold weather. That's huge for me. I remember trying to brush my teeth after my stroke, and my arm just curled up and wouldn't, cooperate. Anyone else go through that? Love to know. Um, Appreciate that. So just tune in. Just let me know what you when you get exhausted. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing all this. Good morning, everyone. If I haven't said it, okay. And then so that's what I'll go over Spasticity, which I just did, and then let's see, what's the next one is Clonus. I go through that as well. Well, so let's talk about Clonus. This one surprised me. Clonus is a series of rapid, rhythmic muscle jerks, often, well, the ankle, and mine does that. Even my calf. If For me, that helps. Happens when I do when I'm fatigued. Clonus, and there's some videos I posted out there that using like my hand. No, it's not this is my good side. Um, but anyway, it just starts shaking. Or if you tap your foot real hard, it starts Clonus. So it usually kicks in when you're trying to stretch, which I need to do more stretching, or put pressure on that muscle, like standing up too fast. Like I mentioned, I had therapists that would hit my bottom of my foot when I'm laying down, and so the Clonus would kick in. So it's like standing up too fast, as I mentioned. You might feel your foot bouncing uncontrollably. That's nothing. So I call it tap dancing. I didn't sign up for it. It's frustrating, but again, it's common, and you're not alone. Um, so what can we do about that? Does anybody know what you could do about that? Yeah, the cold for me is brutal for that. Thank you again for commenting. I love when you guys comment. I really, when you get exhausted. Yeah, exactly. That's a tough one. Um, yeah, I've been. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know exactly what it is, please let me know, because you know it's it's kind of crazy when you have a stroke. It's like, wow, what is going on with me? But again, your brain is sending signals. Those signals all scrambled up to your muscles, which that's a tough one though. So what are some of the treatments that you can get from that? Well, what you can do. Again, every stroke survivor's journey is different. So here are a few things that help me. Well, help me. I think probably I've tried them all except one of here, but I hear some people do it. So like medications like baclofen. I've never tried. There's other ones. Uh, What's it called? There's another. For me, it worked was Botox injections every 3 months. Um, I don't do it anymore. I am actually on the list to get them done. Obviously, physical therapy, stretching, and strengthening routines, which that's a huge thing. So I've been doing this. I've had my stroke coming up in 15 years. I'm still going through it, but it's a lot better than it was. Occupational therapy, learning new ways to move, and that helped me. Braces or orthotics. I had a company on not too long ago, and that was a big thing. Uh, Holding pressure on it. Thank you. I'm again. If I haven't read your comment, I do go through them all the time. So when you work out your hard muscles and your hand starts clenching. Yeah, I know. And another thing when we go through this, it's when you're working out. Let's see, I saw in here. You've got to think about all these things. You catch yourself crunching your arm, or just anything. I feel like stretching pulls muscles. So it is painful, right? So like I said, these couple of these things. And of course, pool therapy, awesome. If you haven't done that, pool therapy is terrific. If you can get it. I mean, that's a tough thing. Water makes moving muscles. I say a little, but no, for me it worked a lot. easier. Um, so those are some of the things. Now I'll get into this as well here more. So I've always, at the end of my little comment here, this is something I always say, just because I experienced a stroke. Let's be real. This stuff is hard. Um, it's just not physical. And does anybody have this? Because I talked to a few out, well, so many out there in the beginning, and it's emotional. So this part, when your body doesn't do what you want it to, it can make you feel defeated. But listen, um, you are not weak. In fact, you're stronger than most. So it's okay to feel frustrated, and it's okay to ask for help. I mean, that's something we talk about. I've been there. I still go there sometimes, but I also know I've come so far, and so have you. This is it. Stroke is not for the weak, and we don't give up. We just find new ways to live. Um, so, so there's other things. Let's see here. Now I'll go through this. Therapist. Yes. Um, yes. Sorry. This is great. Thank you guys for coming for this. I've been having muscle spasms. I'm going to bring it up here so I can see it a little easier here, because that's just how. So you've been having muscle spasms so much. My herbalist thinks I'm having seizures. And I'll get on that. So hopefully I don't forget. Don't pass out. Um, Waiting to have an EEG to check to look for, and looking into Botox. Yeah. Yeah, the EEG. Well, I'm taking a detour here. When I had the EEG, I've had that. Probably had everything here, but an EEG, which luckily I keep my hair really short, so they put all those 25 things on my head, and um, they put all these, blinking lights. I mean, they want to see if you're going to have a seizure, and that helped for me. Well, they wanted me to go back to the, and I've said this. Some of you were probably saying, um, you're just repeating yourself, but well, some people don't know. But my I was diagnosed with epilepsy, so the epileptic doctor says, okay, you come in, and you're gonna spend the weekend, take you off all your meds, and we're gonna see if you have how many seizures you have. Guess what? I didn't go to that appointment because that's something I don't want to have to do. But I did have the EEG, and that felt like I'm having seizures because the lights are blinking. You have to open your eyes, close your eyes, so many things. So Botox worked for me. So if I know every story journey, everyone is different. So that is something that I completely go through. That's something that we um, go through. I mean, stroke, like I say all the time. Some people don't like it, but that's what I say. Stroke is not for the weak. So what I want to say is, so what about you? Have you experienced spasticity or clonus? And what helped you manage it day by day? I'd like to know totally. Leave me a message in the comments. Better yet, come be a guest on my show, and let's share and grow this together, because there's so much to learn about stroke, um, which I definitely uh, learn every single day. So again, muscle tone, spasticity, and clonus. Those are the three things that really get me, and that's why I want to talk about it. Is what tight, twitchy, and tough. So let's talk what tone, spasticity, or clonus. Clonus is a big thing. If you guys work out, that's another huge thing that it does. So um, what else was the part of it here? Because let's see, if I made some notes about all these, because it's something I go through. Um, you know, um, what about this is a part, a lot of people don't talk about like just say all this. What are the frustration, the mental and emotional impact on these three, clonus, spasticity, and tone? Tone, spasticity, and Clonus. That's something I deal with all the time. So, but the frustration, um, fatigue, but there's hope. You just stick with it. I mean, things do get better. Um, um, Learning to live with it, no, that's something. I mean, you have to learn it. Something. Do I say that? It's kind of dumb. Something I live to learn to deal with. I do deal with it. So, um, but well, yes, always cautious about it. But so that's. Tell me some other. Uh, if you have, please ask questions. Ask me anything you want. About this. So, what point did Botox help you? The first treatment didn't work as I expected. Next week I get my second treatment, so it's probably in 3 months. It was. So hopefully it'll work better on the second round of treatment. Okay, Musong, you you have when you're doing your Botox. It took a week. This is just me. I know that like I said, everybody's different. Have When you have the Botox, it took a week for it to kick in for me. So and then for me it may be kind of like floppy enough, like your tone. I don't know how many people. Well, this like moving your arm like that. Me, it's really tight, so I really have to force it, but it still doesn't go all the way down. So anyway, it really worked for me because it made me kind of floppy and had to be careful. But then that's when you work the what out of it, at least for me. So I worked really hard at that, but it tightens up a lot. I mean, well, you can't see, but my arm, the tone here is like really tight. So I have to really work on it. And I have some other therapies that some people have done. I can't think of the name. I'll get it, and it'll come back. Where they massage your arm and lymph, lymph. Okay, lymphatic. That's it. The lymphatic thingamajiggy, where that really helps. So if you have to, how long does the shot last? For me, it was 3 months. That's why my therapist, my not therapist, whoever, my neurologist gave me the shots. It lasts for 3 months, so that's why the insurance wouldn't pay for it prior. Every 3 months is the time that you can get it. At least I would check with. I'm just going by what I have gone through. So that helped me a lot. So the Botox helped. Obviously, therapy is one of the biggest, but Clonus really if I go back into the Clonus situation, it's a repetitive, rhythmic muscle jerking. That's Clonus. So it's often triggered by a sudden movement or touch. I mean, those are for me. And how does it differ from spasticity? Does anybody know? I'd love to hear what your experience is, what you've gone through with that. Love to know your story. Just describe to me, like, daily challenges, brushing the teeth. I I don't know if that's weak, but I use my non-affected side to brush my teeth. So walking, eating, dressing, but I always get my affected side involved in, like, I don't want to say simple tasks, but buttoning my pants, um, lymphatic drainage. Thank you, Candace. That's it. Passive drainage. Thank you. I God, yeah, that's lymphatic stuff. Thingamajiggies. That's one of them. What was the other one here? So it's like we're wondering what does this feel like in real life? The treatments I went over, physical therapy, stretching routines. I have to do that more. I don't do enough of that. It's something that you know I know I was told that in therapy, but then but see, you have to understand a muscle tone after a stroke it's why strokes was it? why stroke affects the balance and muscle activity. Does anybody know that? Um, spastic, I think spasticity, um, involuntary muscle stiffness or spasms. Um, can it affect? And I know people say it affects speech, which in daily life, common triggers and what makes it worse. And then we talked about Clonus. Um, so I'd love to know some of the other things. Opening the doors. Yes, the good thing, not the good thing, for me, we have the door. I'm looking, you can't see that. We have door handles, not the round ones. Um, that's a tough, the other ones are uh, a little more easier, like we have the handling down. And I use my effective side to do that. Something to do I use all the time. So that's um, important to find easier ways to do it. So any other questions? Not any other, but yeah, if you have any questions for me, love to know. So this was I was talking about was just stroke tone, spasticity, and clonus. And so people want to know what does that feel like? But well, don't have a stroke, and then well, if you do have it, then you'll know. I pretend. I don't know. The doors are tough. Yeah, yeah. And let's see what else. I pretend I'm lifting weights, but go through the motions and open and close my hand. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Shaking hands. How's that with? Do you guys shake with your? Because my right side is my affected side, and I always work on keeping my hand open and straighten it out. And there's all little things that you got to do, but it's definitely like I said, stroke is not for the weak. But again, like I said, if you guys have any want to being on my show to share your journey, what's going on with you, I like to have you. I have upcoming guests. Oh boy, who I have. I don't know if you remember. I might have. Who was on my show? David. David and his wife, Amanda, and then Lana Smith, who was on my show, I don't know, 4 years ago or so, and she shared with their app that they use. Well, they're going to be back on and share the dad who was a neuropsychologist, and it's going to be really cool to have him back on. And there's other ones too. But yeah, please do. Thank you, Candace. But I knew I was going to make this a quick little show, but I just wanted to talk about spasticity, tone, and clonus because I go through all that. So it's something that I deal with on a daily basis. But I work on it. When I'm working out, I even with my gait, trying to get my gait right. And my arm don't make sure your arm doesn't come up. I always try to keep mine down straight. Sometimes, my brain doesn't. Okay, my opening the door, my brain doesn't work like it used to, and it was so I catch myself in doing that. So keep my arm up. So anyway, that's kind of about it here. There was one last thing here I was trying to cover here, but well, let's see. Any other questions that I could have before we go? But again, thanks again. I really appreciate that you guys joined me on Let's Talk Stroke, and believe me, be kind to yourself. Stay strong, and I'll see you obviously on the next episode, which is on Tuesday and Thursdays, 10 a.m. Central Time. And always take care and keep striving for greatness. So, peace, you guys. Have an awesome day, and I appreciate how do you say that? I really appreciate each and every one of you, and it does make a difference when you show up, and I appreciate that. And if you think it's something that you want to share this, share it to everyone. You you know I love talking to everyone, but again, you're welcome. Doug, you can always watch the replay, but I'll send you a message next time for the next show, and I appreciate you. Um, this doesn't go anyway. I mean, this doesn't go away. This show is on LinkedIn, YouTube, um, Facebook, X, and Twitch. 5, and there's some other social media channels. I just don't know where they reach. I'm not sure, but anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day, and blessings to you guys too. And love you too, Musang. Love all of you. Please reach out to me if you'd like to be back on the show and share some updates. Love to hear. So take care.